Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everyone. Jimmy Kelly Digital. This is the Jimmy Kelly's SEO Ranking 2020, the final private training before we close the doors, batten the hatches. Anybody who's going to be able to use this amazing software that Jimmy designed will be able to do that tonight only. And I guess we'll leave the doors open until midnight tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. I'm not sure yet what Jimmy's decided, but you can see we do have the countdown timer happening. We thought we'd answer some questions. Jimmy is with us on the call tonight. Thanks for joining us, Jimmy Kelly.
Thank you, Russ. How's everybody doing tonight?
Give us a 1 so you can hear, just so we know that you're alive. Make sure we got technology working. Okay, good. They can hear us.
We don't usually start on time either, so this is pretty...
No, it's amazing, huh? Yeah, everybody's doing good. Tired. A few people are tired, but everybody else is excited. Looks like a few of you are not signed up for the training, so we do have some new people in here. That's fantastic. So hopefully we can answer any questions. Colin says he's excited and curious, wants to know more. Some of you have missed last week's webinar where Jimmy and I were talking about it as well. Now Tony's not able to be here because he's in Denmark and it's super, super early in the morning. So he's not able to make
3 a.m. his time.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to make that really so much. So yeah, with that being said, I guess we're going to field questions tonight. Jimmy, is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I figured just answering questions. My biggest concern with some of the messaging that I've got is like, there's software in this course.
All right. Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
Uh-huh.
So just want to make sure that we're answering people's questions.
Yeah, if you guys were at Jimmy Kelly Digital Live 2017, you will have learned about the method that you're going to learn inside the teaching area. You can see I do have the teaching area open. You're going to have software access right here. In fact, we've been loading people in today. Okay, all about the JKD traffic ranking software. You also have a welcome process here that I'm setting up for you, your kickoff and entrance. We're going to have 2 webinars a month with Jimmy and Tony talking about the most advanced SEO. I've been in business, as you guys know, SEO business for about 15 years. This is about as mind-blowing as it gets, even for me. So you're going to want to be in on these monthly trainings and the software and how to prep and kind of understand the context of everything. You're also going to learn how to do this method manually, which has never been shown before outside of a live event. You're going to learn a lot of things about how to do that. Okay, so
we didn't even go into the details of the event either. We did an overview, but not a step-by-step. So this will be pretty good for people to learn.
Yes. Can you guys give us a 1 if you were at the 2017 live event, and a 0 if you were not? I do 1s and 0s. I know people hate that, but still works. Okay. Looks like about half and half so far. Okay, good.
I could have swore that, Aaron, you really weren't there?
I thought Aaron was there.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember what everybody's doing. Mark Gerber wasn't there. Okay. Well, good. That's just given us a little bit of insight in what was going on. So
hey, Dave didn't miss much. We're just saying hi to folk, trying to take some questions.
Yep, just started, Dave. Hopefully you got the answer to my question you left me on Skype today about the training and the software. Okay, good. Fantastic. We'll just wait another minute for some people to come in. Okay. So here's the thing, guys, is that we're actually not going to be demonstrating the software on this call. We get that question a lot. This is the software that Jimmy uses for clients, high ticket, national, local, you name it, we use this. So you can consider this community of friends and close students and people that we've known. We're inviting this into the people who've come from the JKD community. We just really don't want this out there in the wild, so we want to keep it tight. And that's one of the reasons we've put the purchasing capacity behind the around your membership area. Yeah, that should answer that question.
So do people have questions? Anybody have a question that they would love to ask or text? I don't even mind bringing them on audio-wise.
Okay, go for it, Dave.
Do you have a mic, Dave?
Cool. You want to jump on and ask? Because you asked me some stuff on Skype today. I don't think I answered every single thing. Okay, go ahead.
See if this works.
We got to figure out how to.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Oh, great. Okay. So this is confidential, of course, and I'm pretty sure we're in a confidential group of guys here. I've got a client. I've had him for a long time. It is EchoFindProperties.com, but used to be JeffRealty.com. Herein lies part of the issue. They have hundreds of community pages and really thousands of pages that are all levels. They had traffic of about 800 hits a day. Their traffic is just about half right now since the domain change. And I think that Google probably reassessed a lot of factors when they did that domain change, and we lost quite a bit of our, the clout we had with our SEO up to this point. So we can, of course, start trying to rebuild links, get better quality links. But my question is, how much influence would this software, this method have on a website like that? Obviously, I presume the traffic is probably a bigger signal that I've been paying attention to, and I'll shut up now.
That's correct, Dave. So we've been testing out this method probably for the past 2 years, and you can absolutely rank with traffic alone. You don't actually have to build a single link if you don't want. And it's not a ranking that gets you to, page 2 or 3 or whatever. You can get #1 rankings for national terms or local terms using this method. So it's pretty powerful. It's not an overnight solution like most people like to, all SEOs want to be like, I want to be page 1 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
It's not that type of method. The typical time frame usually takes between 2 and 3 months. So there are times, depending on the website, if the website has pretty good engagement right now, and there's they've done link building and SEO, and it has decent exposure, you can get rankings pretty quickly, in as quick as 2 weeks. But the normal time frame that we've tested when you're starting out is usually between 2 and 3 months time to get that ranking.
Yeah. They tend to rank a lot on page 1, some on page 2, but they're not happy because they went from like #1 to #4 or #3 to #7 or 8. The drops were not horrible, they just were predictable.
And this also too, when you guys moved from one website to another, did you guys change up the web design? Was there like a different theme going on?
We didn't. They're on some proprietary coded system on some Ruby on Rails or something bizarre. They're planning to move to WordPress.
Okay.
Their developers working on that. I don't know what kind of impact that'll have, but I think it'll be an improvement.
Yeah, it should be. And you guys did the 301 and everything. Was there security certificates involved or anything like that?
No, and we did do all the 301s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably looking at the overall engagement over the site. My guess is there could have been a loss in rankings due to a brand keyword play, if that makes sense. So let's say your original brand that they were on, and I wouldn't know without looking at the you'd have to look in SEMrush or something like that to see, or Google Analytics to see what kind of traffic was going to that domain for just the brand. But that definitely could have suppressed their rankings a little bit by going to a new domain. That new domain's not getting the same kind of traffic volume on just the brand alone.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
could be, with everything else considered, saying you didn't change the website, 301s were there wasn't anything funky going on. And if optimization stayed the same, then it could just be the fact that that new website is not getting the brand searches that it needs that was propping those previous rankings up.
I'll have to check into that. I didn't look for that in their analytics.
So that'd be a good one. And, that usually happens with a domain change. I don't know if they change the brand, but something you can look into. It's definitely a factor that people should pay attention to, especially in what you're regarding, going from 1 to 4 and things like that. That's typically due to bounce rate. So, and for those that don't know what bounce rate is, it's when somebody goes to your site, did they leave right away? Or did they stay and find what they were looking for from the search query that they performed? So Granted that it should be the same content and things like that, you should be able to hold those rankings when you do a 301, minus the fact that this new website would not be getting the brand searches that the previous website had already established. So.
Yeah, right. It was funny. Rankings, of course, dropped out when we changed the domain name. Then they seemed to come up almost to where they were before, and then they kind of took a little drop over the last month, settled in. Their bounce rate's 55% right now.
So that's still pretty good.
Yeah, especially for a real estate site.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be my hunch, is the brand search volume.
Okay. But this methodology, which was the overarching question, this methodology is going to help them.
Yes, absolutely. You know, we use this for, I mean, the manual way that you'll get to learn is phenomenal. I mean, and I'd say some SEOs have a mixed feeling on this, because we've all, you know, we want to build links. We want to be up to speed on the latest link building tactics at work, because, you know, we either use this for personal sites or we do it for clients, and we want to get the results that they need. And I think SEOs as a whole take a lot of pride in what they learned and the time that's taken to get to where they know knowledge-wise on SEO, and rightfully so. And I think on some of these, they're like, well, should I not build links? Should I build links? And say, well, you should always do whatever works to get the result you're looking for. Links still work. We're not saying they don't work, but wouldn't you be interested in another method that might not be requiring link building?
You guys are going to
teach.
Yeah.
But you can do this solely on traffic alone without any real SEO knowledge that you've had previous.
Exactly. And keep in mind that we've been talking to students today. There is a function which you can also use with your $500 use it or lose it monthly discount that you get, something called the Tier 1 method, which also includes links. As Jimmy pointed out yesterday, you can copy and paste your own links, or you can use our automatic system, which plugs directly into Ahref as an API. So we'll pull back your links that are already associated with your client site, and our visitors will go and click through first on the relevant niche sites, and then click through, we'll find the click through to the site that you're trying to rank. And so your site's going to be getting a whole bunch of visitor engagement all over the place with all the methods and specificity that Jimmy has discovered in all of his testing. And that is incredibly powerful as well. So Jimmy's going to be showing a lot about link. I've learned a ton about backlinks, how it corresponds to this, when you don't need to use backlinks, how to distinguish between local and national. That brings up another question someone has, Jimmy. I don't know how you would answer it, about Shopify. They're asking, can we use Shopify with this method, and would it be local or national? Or
well, for Shopify, it would kind of depend, I guess, on the keyword term. There'd probably be long tails that would be equivalent to a local search. And then there's probably going to be big money terms that they want to rank for.
Okay.
But I believe you can get to the code on Shopify. So yes, this would work as a method for Shopify.
Totally. Yep, you can put any URL that you want. We have instructional videos on how to use this, and Jimmy and Tony are going to be going through all sorts of variations. You're going to understand the nuance of how this actually works combined with the software. So that's pretty exciting as well. Let me see. Michael Durr, it's good to see you here. I've known Michael a long time. He was at several events that I held in the past. Jimmy, he's saying he's doing paid traffic to an affiliate site. If you are running paid traffic to a landing page, would I no index the paid lander and run a campaign via the software? He's talking about the JKD traffic ranker. Or would you suggest starting with a new site in this case? That's a good question.
Where is that question?
It's Michael Durr. He's 3 up, 4 up. He was actually at one of our live events at some point in the past.
Well, Michael, this will be you'd be fine to run that paid traffic over to whatever page you have there. This software and the method we're going to describe is specifically ranking with keywords using just traffic, but it doesn't have to do with PPC. It doesn't have to do with any kind of that other stuff. You're not bouncing it through something to go somewhere else. This is directly in Google. So you can still do all the other stuff that you're doing. It's not going to hurt it.
Okay, good. Michael, if you have more questions on that, because I know you're in the group already, come in and talk to us. You know, we'll gladly look at, because that was a really good question. Nathan, you're asking really a ton of questions, which is awesome. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Let me break it down because I've read all 5 of them. One of them is just keep in mind that the $500, you can't really see it because I'm not going to log into the software and show you the 5 different products that we have, but you have $500 discount and it's use it or lose it. It's not like credits, like phone credits that rolls over to the next month. So you're going to need to turn it all on something to get to use it all. And we have everything from tier 1 to local and national. Jimmy's going to show you how to use all that stuff. Main thing for you to be aware of is we can't tell you right now, that's going to be on the webinar, how to determine how much traffic and what you're going to need, because it depends on your niche. It depends on what's going on in terms of the relevant domain authority on the first page of the search engine results page. It's a lot of stuff that Jimmy's going to be talking to you guys about in this to determine that. So I can't tell you, for instance, Nathan, how much your SEO agency needs. I can tell you that at the live event 2017, Jimmy had students engage, and we also used this type of system and other things we've been doing, and we were able to get on page 1 fairly quickly using this type of method. So you're going to learn all of that stuff in the training. Now, I can't really speak to you about should I be using WordPress to start your agency. You have a lot of questions that sound like startup questions for your agency. WordPress is fine. JimmyKelly.digital is on WordPress. You can do that. Okay, so if I can answer some of these other questions about your business startup maybe at a later time. But the cool thing that I do want to emphasize with you, Nathan, is that as a member of 2020, which is going to become more of the flagship location for many, many other secrets that Jimmy's going to be showing you over the next few months, at least that's what I understand, that it's a good place to be, because you'll be able to, the buy button for this software will always be behind this firewall. Does that make sense? We don't want it to be out in the wild. We just want to know everybody who's using it. So it's always going to be right here for paid members only. You can't just come in off the street and buy this. So to speak to your question, Nathan, if you're starting an agency and you want to be able to use this, you've got a secret weapon that people who are not in this training, which is going to be less than 70 people, don't have. So that is pretty, yeah, Nathan's saying, I don't want to tell anyone. No, you actually really don't. Jimmy has actually been saying this around the office here. He's been saying the same thing for the last week and a half. Should we do this? Should we not do this with you guys? I mean, like, he has no need to really share this with you guys. I'm just letting you know that this is, I'm more excited about just the group of people in the community. And then you happen to have, you know, a terribly powerful secret weapon that you can use as well. So it feels good to have that. So you'll learn more about how to, Jimmy, stop me anytime if you think I'm overstepping, but you're going to learn how to test the waters, determine, you know, which type of campaign to run, and we'll be working with you guys on different stuff like that. So does that make sense?
Yeah, somebody was asking 2 to 3 months. Well, yeah, for really big terms, if you're not doing anything else, but we're going to teach you how to get other terms going well before you get to that 2 to 3 month period.
Yeah, so, and Nathan,
there's other ways to kick up the stuff that you need quicker that we're going to teach you how to do.
Exactly, and that's what I'm excited about, Nathan. Is we're not going to answer. Nathan's saying, can I use it to rank 14 days to get my leads? We're not going to manage expectations like that. If you use if you need to have that happen, the stuff that you're going to be learning in the live webinars, either a combination and or one specific thing that Jimmy shows you, you'll be able to engage that if that's what you want to have happen. But I'm not going to say this software and this local campaign for a term undetermined niche, which you didn't give me, is going to get leads in 14 days. How could I, right? This is why you need training. So Orange County SEO, maybe, I don't know. I haven't researched it. So it just depends. But generally speaking, for national terms, Jimmy, you're managing client expectations over 3 months, aren't you, for national?
Yeah, typically, and even people doing the manual method is in that, you know, if you go to the, like, go over to the course page, Russ.
Okay.
And then scroll down to that graph. Obviously, we don't want to show
keyword,
like what the niche is, but you can kind of see the time frame what this is doing from beginning to end using just traffic. There's no links on this. It is a national term, in case people are wondering.
Yep.
And you can see that it kind of slowly jumps up, you know. It's not like back in the days when you used to like just blast the crap out of GSA and 3 weeks later you're number one. This is a slow and steady way to get your rankings. And you can of course get low hanging fruit along the way much quicker, but this was their primary keyword.
Yeah.
So,
and this is no backlinks, you guys. There wasn't any link building involved in this, and that's, again.
We do backlinking later to, you know, kind of camouflage stuff.
Yeah. Actually, are you going to teach that, Jimmy, how to camo?
We'll see how.
Because sometimes it works so well that laying down some ground cover for other freaked out SEO agencies is not a bad idea. Especially if you're doing like Nathan's trying to do an SEO firm. So, well, but I don't know. That's really up to Jimmy and Tony.
Sometimes you just got to show a link to the client because you proposed that in your SEO thing. So you got to go out there and build links just for a report that didn't really get them the rankings.
Exactly. Oh boy.
But you know, it's just like everything else in Google. Like things change as we go along, and things will keep advancing and progressing. Yeah. And it's just about trying to learn and keep up with things that work now.
Totally. Nathan's saying that he wants to sell his clients on it and use it as your fulfillment, you know, and then he said, duh, and I would agree, Nathan, duh, yeah, exactly. That's a good usage of it. David is saying, should I set my client's expectation at higher than the $500 a month cost, or will it have an impact that I can move up more later? That's a great question, David. Again, all of you are asking specific questions for niche information, domain authority, and competition that we know nothing about. So David did try to communicate what your client was again, but because I haven't actually looked at his ranking and Jimmy hasn't, first of all, I would never make any estimations like that. I would show Jimmy and Tony first. I don't do that. But you know, second of all, I don't think that's anything. You can get a lot done with the discount that you get, Dave.
Yeah, you could do like 2 local sites. You can do a national site in tier 1s. The only thing that's a little bit out of the price range is the rep management.
Yeah.
But rep management works on 10 sites at once. And so that's why it's a much higher price than everything else, because it's 10 times the work.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you're trying to do. Are you doing local or national? Like you could do two locals. You could do local in tier 1. You could do like some people might just do national. It just kind of depends on what, like, I don't know what people are trying to work toward. So we're just trying to allocate the cost with the credit of what the system does, so people can take advantage as they learn and keep growing their websites and wherever else they want to use it as they go. And then once you're trained up, I mean, you can certainly just use the system and know what you're doing at that point.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just don't like using software. You could just do the manual way. So we're giving you a whole bunch of different options depending on what works best for your particular need.
Exactly. I'm going to give you guys just a screen grab of the products area, so I don't give away any URLs or anything like that. When you get inside, you'll be able to see something like this. Okay, so this is what Jimmy was talking about, the reputation management campaign. We weren't even going to put this in for you guys because we use it for ourselves, but decided that might be an option for some of you. And that's obviously not within the budget of the thing, but we don't want anybody else to have access to this, so some of you may use it. The Tier 1 campaign, which Jimmy will talk a lot more about on the webinar, and then here's a national, here's a local. So your $500, the only thing that's not on here is something called a burst, and that's not part of your subscription. You can't use your $500 towards that, and we'll explain that a little bit later. So the main thing to focus on is how you can allocate your $500 any way that you want on this particular screen. Okay, so if it's basically what Nathan was saying, if he was selling local campaigns, he would want to, you know, obviously mark it up for his client, or else position it in a combination, you know, as a line item and something else. And then, and you can see the go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, I was going to say, the other thing people have to consider is like, ask yourself really, how much do you pay for links when you're working on a client site? How much money are you spending on a link campaign for a local? How much are you spending for a national? You're allocating budget towards link building. I mean, there's people that like to do everything manually, and that's great too.
Yeah.
But, you know, to grow and expand, you need options to be able to do that. And this is just a way to do it, just via traffic instead of link building.
Yeah, and Jimmy's
the bursts are actually cheaper.
Yeah.
So people know, and those are going to help you get your, we'll show you how to do that to be more effective with these overall campaigns as well.
Yeah,
so,
and we don't have the bursts on here right now because they're one-off. They're not on the subscription. Another thing that I want to mention, we get this question a lot. Now, Jimmy's still making adjustments and working with Tony on this, but this system is, people keep asking how much power and how much traffic. It depends. It depends on what your niche. We have constraints that determine something as a local campaign, something as a national campaign, so you don't have to worry about that. It will be adjusted automatically to make sure that you're getting the movement that you need. Do you guys get that? Okay, that's the main thing that I want you to know, that it will be adjusted. This is a very finely tuned machine that Jimmy is making here. Okay, so you don't have to.
Yeah, so with the, Nathan was asking, can we use the national? Yes, you can use any of these. So with the price of the course, what you're getting is you're learning the manual method, and we're even going to work on Jimmy Kelly Digital with this, so you can watch us do it, because we only put up that one page and just kind of, like, we don't even do anything with it really.
No, and we get traffic all day long on it.
People call and contact and we don't even respond. But, so you'll be able to use that $500 credit that you have. So you're paying for the course anyway. You're going to learn the manual method, and then you also have a $500 credit that you can pick any of these that you want it to apply to. You know, most people will be doing locals. You could handle 2 local campaigns and still be doing the course.
And no, Nathan, there is no refunds. We couldn't program that in. It's a major hassle. So you can see here there's $450. If I don't use that $50, if next month rolls over, I get a 500 resets. That FAQ is for the previous incarnation, Nathan. And so that FAQ is not this system. Okay. So yeah, we will definitely have an updated FAQ. Good point. So basically, we had to actually move a couple mountains to make sure you guys could get this, because it was not very fun connecting this to Teachable. So, you know, when we just use it for ourselves. So that's basically what we could do, is give you guys a discount. So I suggest that you use it. You know, nothing together matches exactly $500, so you would have to go over on something or something like that. But you'll still get the stuff that you need, and once you see the effectiveness of it, it'll be a no-brainer for you. Also, including the fact that the training twice a month, you're getting tens of thousands of dollars worth of Jimmy and Tony's time, so no complaining. Literally tens of thousands of dollars of time. These webinars, Jimmy's his hourly rate, which I bill out for him, is $1,500. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that, and he gets that, and that's actually low, I think. Did I get that number right? Anyway, you guys get the point. Okay, let's see. In regard to the backdoor to Jimmy's, okay, cool. So if someone wants to do a tier 1 and 1 national, then they would need to buy additional credits. How would that work? Well, so the way this works, again, guys, please do remember the training is way over the value of the training. This discount is included as a bonus. Like, it's not just the software that you're getting. You're getting the training. You're going to learn how this all works.
The training, you're going to learn how to do all of this for free. It's just time consuming, just like link building is to do it. Doesn't mean you won't be able to do the free method. And some people might prefer the free method. They might not want program to do that for them, but you also have credit on the system to be able to do 2 local campaigns for free, or local on a tier 1 for free. You'll be able to do, you'll be able to do a few things, and we're also going to teach you how to get the lower hanging fruit a lot quicker. That will in turn move these campaigns even quicker.
Okay,
so,
exactly.
you're going to learn all this. It's not I don't want people thinking, well, I'd have to have the software. You don't have to.
Oh.
What you're going to learn is how to do this manually.
Yeah, in fact, we have people coming in who haven't even signed up for the software yet because just Jimmy's time on the webinars, and they don't. One person signed up, didn't even know there was software. So it's kind of interesting. Another thing that I want you to be aware of, Nathan, it's pretty, let me just try one more time for Nathan because he's wants to understand the numbers. You get $500 every month for any of the things to do whatever you want. If you don't use it all, it rolls over on the next month. It's called use it or lose it. Okay, you get $500. And anything else you buy on that credit card is going to be billed to you. So if you buy, as soon as you pass $500, anything else that you purchase is going to be billed to you on that card, above and beyond the cost of the training, okay? So what happens to that $50 is up to you. You either don't use it or you get something else and extend past the cost of $50 and you would be billed extra. If you're running an agency, that shouldn't be a big deal. Otherwise, stay at $450 or $500 or whatever combinations there are. I don't even think there is a $500 combination. Okay, we didn't actually notice that until afterwards, but it wasn't intentional.
Well, they could do a local, 2 locals, or they could do a local and a tier 1.
Exactly, that's true. There you go. See, my math really sucks.
I guess there's still a little bit extra.
Yeah, they'll still have, there's no precise thing. But we just want to make sure you guys got some discount on this with the training. Okay, so you'll have this every month, and again, what'll happen is you start to become successful with these things. You'll be able to, if you're tight and you're a new fledgling company like you are, Nathan, you can do this. We also have somebody who's purchased 2 nationals and 5 locals, is having good results with that. Okay, so this is how we are just wanting to make sure that you guys have. And also the burst will be available for those of you who, Jimmy's kind of excited about the burst. I wished it was on here because the lowest cost package is $29 for the burst. So let's say,
burst is my favorite.
Yeah, and I am sorry, Nathan, that burst is not going to be included with the $50 remaining. We could not get our developer to give us a non-subscription. So the $29 package for a short burst, we're going to get into all that. Bursts are things that act like a short promotion, and it brings. Jimmy, will you describe what a burst is? Because I don't think I really know what it is actually.
So the traffic on these campaigns run over a long course of time, and it's looking for things in particular to help move it along and work with Google to obtain those rankings. However, there are times that you might want to push something faster,
right,
and keep something faster. So that's what the burst will be used for. Those are some of my favorites. Of course, why not just do both?
Because you found out that bursts give you this. There's a spike effect, and when the promotion is done, all of a sudden Google helps you bounce. Is that what you discovered? Yeah,
it's kind of like, if you're ranking for a lot of long tails, it's typically easier to move for a really big keyword. So it's a similar concept on that. We're just not using links to do it.
Exactly. And as I was telling you, somebody else asked about this. This is the Tier 1 campaign. What that means is you can use our Ahref system. I can't demo the software for you tonight. We just want to keep the software inside the community. But it automatically pulls backlinks using Ahref, or you can copy and paste if you're protecting your site from Ahref or you have other links or whatever you want to do. Jimmy had it coded so that you could copy and paste your own URLs in there because that's what he likes to do on these things. And that means,
Well, and also there's people that like to block spiders for other link building they might be doing. So
right,
our system might not be able to pull the links even though they know they're there, so they could just paste in their own links.
Got it. Okay, cool. So that's pretty cool. I actually love that because our visitors go and they get the they go through the niche specific keywords, and we'll show you guys all how to do that on the webinar. It's pretty cool. I actually love this application. So Rob, you just entered. I know he's saying you were just at the beginning. One of the things that we'll do is this is being recorded, so the replay will be available to everybody. Nathan, are you actually in the course? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to answer a question. You have to join the training first. Oh, okay. If you're not in the course and you're trying to join, just see me later. We're not going to do a transactional stuff on the webinar, but I'm not sure why it wouldn't work. There could be any number of reasons. Okay, cool. Any other questions for Jimmy while he's here, which is kind of rare? Hey, Hike. Hayek's asking a question. Still helping you. I'm still looking at the stuff we talked about today, Hayek, so thanks for your patience. Just asking once more, are there keywords that are too big for a national campaign? Any monthly search volume that you'd measure with?
No.
No.
Not that we've found yet.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
question, Hayek.
Like, I wouldn't say that there isn't. We haven't tested every keyword.
Yeah.
We might hit some cap that we don't know of, but
Yeah.
so far, all the national ones we've done have stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And by stuck, I mean number one.
Yeah.
So it's not, we haven't found it, but we haven't had somebody come at us with a ridiculous keyword yet. So
Exactly.
It might be fun to test something like that on.
Yeah, we actually haven't tried it with like Viagra or something like that, although Jimmy has ranked for that using links. So, and Andy is asking, Andy, we don't care what you do with the traffic. You're asking about launch jacking. To me, that's just like a color or a flavor of ranking, and it's a link is a link is a link, really. So, you know.
Yeah, you're asking for launch jacking. Well, I'm sure this would work for launch jacking.
Definitely.
Especially with typically those don't have a lot of search volume in the beginning if you're getting up ahead of the curve. So.
Oh, that's a good point. He's asking if the burst is ideal for a launch jack. I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
That's actually pretty good, Andy. That's a good question. Maybe we can put that in the help files as one of the things you could do with it. I never thought about that, but that would work. And remember, Jimmy added this burst in here for you guys. After testing, it's not something that we were going to give, so I'm really glad that he made it available to you because it's one of his secret weapons. Will this naturally increase the domain authority or the ranking power of a tier 1 site? David Keys asked, Jimmy.
Sorry, say that again.
Will this naturally increase the DA or the ranking power of the tier 1 sites during a tier 1 play? It's kind of an interesting question.
You know, I haven't measured the effects of the traffic on those. PA, I think PA would, but DA is typically done on the total authority of a site.
Yeah.
So like the accumulation of all the pages on a site. So
yeah.
For instance, like why do we use 2.0s for links? And I was answering some of this to someone else in the room the other day. You know, why do we use PBNs? Why do we use blog comments? Why? Because they all have traffic. 2.0 sites have a tremendous amount of traffic.
Yes.
We do guest posting because it's a site that usually gets pretty good interaction that has good DA, which means the site is getting traffic. Yes. It also has links, but traffic is a big part of it.
Yes.
So that's the whole reason. Like, that's why I think sometimes PBNs, you know, what can Google measure from a search? So a person goes into Google, types in a keyword, and then goes down and finds whatever they're looking for. They click into the site. Well, if they're logged into Gmail or if they're using a Chrome browser or anything like that, they can see what they're doing on those sites.
Yes.
It's not hidden. You're not hiding from them. And Google knows they type in this search term and they went into that site. Even at worst case, if that's all that they're measuring, they're starting to associate those types of keywords with that particular domain. So if you're picking up like PBNs or stuff like that, they're very relevant and they have those things. I also believe that that's why some of the 301s and things like that work. Another person was asking about filters, like, well, can you do a 301 through a Bitly to a money site or whatever? Well, yeah. Does Bitly get traffic? Yes, it does. So it's a good play to do to show that there is value on the page that is then linking to your money site.
Yeah, and another thing, with all the testing that Jimmy and I have been doing on different things, like I can't give all the details here because it has to do with other software and stuff related to Amazon, but it just gets kind of funny. Like, to answer this question about tier 1 ranking, I mean, with enough traffic, some of those tier 1s probably will move, and that's another reason why you can copy and paste your own sites. Somebody asked today, you know, like, can I put my PBNs or my other sites in there? Yeah, you can copy. That's why Jimmy had the feature added where you can add your own link to the tier 1. So, you know, I mean, we move Amazon links all the time, but like that on accident. We've seen other kinds of things happening. So, you know, probably they'll move. So the consideration on the webinar that we'll go through is like how you use the tier ones, and Jimmy will cover the hows and the whens and the wherefores on all these. Let's see, especially PBNs that aren't PBNs but just websites that everyone can see, perhaps. Okay, David. Oh, here's a question, Jimmy. It's asking about new sites. You mentioned something the other day. The site has to be indexed before really doing this, right? Like
Yeah,
they need to bring
it has to be able to be at least found in Google, which we'll show you how to put those in pretty easy.
Yeah, we've got
It takes like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and also, Jimmy, we can give them that awesome indexing thing for the mobile thing.
Yeah, we can show them that too.
Gets them so fast for lots of stuff. Okay, or whatever you want to show them. Pretty good. Steve is saying, what the time scale would the service be up and running for the UK sites? Hey, Stephen, I know you wanted UK. That's really up to Jimmy and Kelly, the developer. We have confirmed that we can put up UK. There is a bit of a cost concern, or no, a bit of a cost issue we just need to work out, and I think that's actually on Jimmy's desk. So we're still working on that.
Why does everything have to land on my desk?
Because you're the CEO.
I thought the cat could be the CEO.
Demi's the CEO. Yeah, but Stephen, we will figure that out. We are going to add Canada and UK, and I'm trying to get it going as quickly as possible. We just got to get it loaded up. Collins, you've asked about Canada. I promise Canada and UK are the most requested, and they're both on Jimmy's desk. So it's really up to him and the cat.
The cat makes the decisions ultimately.
That's true. He does. She does. I just wish she'd learn to use the cat box. Okay.
Yeah, that would be nice.
When will the snack pack for maps? When will snack pack for maps be up?
That will be soon. I'd probably say that we're probably about 3 weeks to a month out still on that, because we're wrapping back around and finishing another program first before we jump back to that one, but it will be in there soon.
Awesome. Thanks. That was a good question. Question, does the campaign run for a month even if you start it 10 days before the rebuild period? Good question, Aaron.
That's a good one for Kelly.
That's a really good question, Aaron. Let me think if I know. No. I don't know. That's really interesting. We'll find out, as Jimmy said. We need to ask. Let me write that down. Hang on. Because I do know this. It turns on, your membership turns on when you purchase. So those of you who've signed up, it's running now. We'll get the exact turn on point. That's a great question. I do not know. Aaron, will you bump me in the Skype room, or bump me personally to make sure that I get back to everybody on that? Because I think it's going to have its own separate time cycle, its own separate time scale for each on the day that it starts. Okay, because so for instance, your free billing. Oh, you're talking about if you set up one and you don't set everything up at the beginning. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we need to ask him. Figure that out.
Oh, this is a good one from Drew.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Drew.
Yes. After you get a site to rank on page 1, spot 1, do we need to keep adding credits to it every month? So
good question.
The one that we did at the event, like, it's dropped down a little bit now. I think it's like number 3 or number 4, but we haven't touched it since February.
Yeah.
Now, what's going on in that space is that's an SEO keyword. So, other SEOs are actively promoting it, but it really comes down, to me, top 5 really comes down to bounce rate and how people are clicking around between you and the other people around you at that point.
Yeah.
So especially the top half of Google. I had a question, how many people get stuck at the 7 to 12 position? Give a 1 if that happens often for you, or you've had it happen to you.
And a 0 if you have not.
A site that just gets stuck at like number 8 and then bounces to 12 and it keeps going up, then it goes down, up and down. Yeah, this is your solution for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that's happened to. That's one of the reasons he built it, and we started doing this.
When you start getting in the top 5, it really comes down to how people engage with your site in regards to the search query that they typed in. there's obviously optimization factors and stuff, but you probably have your optimization about right if you're in the top 5 anyway. So at that point, it's really, are people staying on your site and finding what they need from the search query?
Exactly. Any limit on keyword usage? What do you mean by limit, Mark? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, are you talking about porn?
What?
No, I'm just, he might be asking about porn. Are there limits on what kind of keywords he can use? I haven't even thought about that. Mark, what are you asking? Can you be more specific?
I think it's fine. You probably could use it on that because it's not like it'd be any different than any other traffic out there.
Yeah, we personally don't care what you put in the system. Within reason.
Don't ask, don't tell is my policy.
Yeah. I mean, there's degrees of horrific things that I don't really want to see. So just keep it within, I don't know, how do I answer that? I don't know what pornography is, but I know it when I see it. Nathan says, I'm totally missing out. You got to go. Okay, have fun. Nice talking to you, Nathan. All right, let's see. I think that's a lot of questions. Now, we are still porting everybody in. You can see that the beta, we kind of consider the app to be in beta, but not really. I don't want you to think like when you sign up and you get in there, the beta has not been removed from the logo, but it's not beta in terms of its effectiveness. We just have, the only thing that's really in beta is getting everybody organized and their billing stuff, and this kind of stuff was actually quite a bit of brain damage to get done for you guys. So there's been a couple glitches here and there. You're going to have to put your credit card in to get the $500 discount, and the email that you put in has to match the email that you used to purchase the course. Okay, and again, we have a Skype room. It's an intimate community. We're there to talk to you guys. In fact, we'll be mostly talking to you guys from now on about stuff. So that's really what we're doing.
And before people start going and like, just wait a minute until we do the classes. If you're already enrolled, like, let us show you and teach you and give you a little bit of best practice before you just go and start loading up the campaigns.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you can't, but it would be, you might allocate stuff differently once you have the training with it. So
yeah, exactly. Nathan, can you see me privately after the webinar about what you just said? The financial side. Okay. Good. Yeah, see me privately. I'm gonna provide you with some information. Okay, cool. So that is pretty much what we've got going on, and that it's been about, I don't know, an hour or so. Is anybody, let's see, wow, guys, it's actually really filling up fast. Actually, I think we might need to shut it down. Is there anybody, because we only had 10 positions left, is there anybody who would like to join this? Give us a 1 now and a 0 if no thank you, because I actually do need to kind of decide who's going to be in there. Zach, Colin, Mark, David, Mike, Jason, Dave, I know you're already in. Rob, okay. I'm going to go ahead and wait for you guys, and that's it. We're kind of out of room. I'm so glad that you guys decided to join us. I will wait for Nathan probably for the morning because he has an issue that I have to talk to him about. And there's a few other people also interested. And the group is pretty tight. I think we're less than 100 people. So that's the way, you know, we might have a waiting list for early quarter of next year, depending upon where Jimmy wants to go. But we don't have any PayPal access, Aaron, because the way that we had to program this is Teachable has to connect to our shopping cart for this billing cycle thing. This is the stuff that you see now. So it's really better if you, actually it's really not possible to use PayPal and get your $500 discount very easily. So please try to find a way to use a debit or credit card for your business. Kevin, you're asking if I can keep it open until Friday. I cannot, but can you please see me Friday? Can you please see me privately so that I can find out what that is, and then I might be able to talk to Jimmy and do a workaround. Okay, because we're going to have to remove the buy button and so on and so forth, so it's kind of a pain. but if you'll let me know what's going on, I'll do my very, very best to assist you, okay? Maybe I can make an exception, but we really don't want to leave this open. You can contact, guys, you can contact me on Skype, which is Russell Wright Digital. It's one word. That's my Skype handle. And I'm going to try to prevent you guys from barraging Jimmy. I'm not going to give out his Skype name because...
You should put it in the chat thing there.
Oh, okay. Let me do that. I'm going to give you guys the... I was trying to copy Jimmy with my Skype name.
If you want to, you can go look. People are asking for the link. You can just go to Google and type in Jimmy Kelly 2020.
Oh, here you go. Let me just drop that in. I mean, gosh. Let me just go ahead and give that to everyone here right now, because now we are going to close for business. I do appreciate everybody. This is actually one of the most exciting things that I've ever participated in. I'm really, really excited about it. Been waiting a long time. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, I've gone ahead and sent everybody a link. And we're going to leave it open for a few hours. We do have a countdown timer on here. And I just wanted you guys to know that the scarcity is not contrived or made up. It's real. We do want everybody, we're not going to like close anybody out. I just really want to get, I don't want to leave it open until Friday. Like, I'm willing to help a couple of guys. Like, I was thinking maybe tomorrow morning or something like that. So if you're really freaking out and you want to get in the morning, I guess I'll just leave the button open for tonight. And just talk to me tonight. If you anticipate that you really want to jump in tomorrow, but you just don't have the funds tonight, or you're moving money, or it's 4 o'clock a.m. or whatever it is, just contact us and we'll leave it open for you as a courtesy. Okay. Boris also wants it left open till Friday. Interesting. Okay. I'll tell you what, you guys who need it left open till Friday, just see me privately, and if there's more than a couple of you, I'll talk to Jimmy and we'll see what we can do. All right, I'll just have to treat it personally with you guys because we made a promise to the community. We need to honor that. Okay, but I'll leave the lights on for you somehow if you really need me to. Okay. Welcome, Stephen. It's nice that you joined us. Looks like a few other people have come in.
Any last burning questions before we wrap it up? And we really appreciate everybody's time tonight. I know everybody's busy and everybody has families and other things that they could be doing. So we really appreciate you guys coming out and joining us.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so we're going to wrap this thing up and we're going to start to close the doors on this thing. And I'm really, really glad that you guys are going to be with us in this. It's time to ascend into the next phase of SEO. Jimmy's been predicting that this is going to come around for a while. He and I have been talking about engagement rank since, I think, Jimmy, like 2000, like 4 years ago even. So here it is, and now we get to use it, and now you can do it with ease. So looking much, much forward. Let's see. Hike saying, we set up the job in the system. Have they already started? Hike, let me talk to you personally about that. We're still making a couple of minor adjustments, but they should be turned on full throttle by tonight, by midnight, or early tomorrow morning, to answer your question. Most of them should be going, so I just need to get in your account and see what you moved over, okay? All right, cool. All right, you guys, we will see you on the inside. Thank you so much. And Jimmy, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming out.
All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.